Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we are diving deep into a powerful political development that could reshape the future of South Africa's government of national unity. The economic freedom fighters, known for their bold and unapologetic stance, have sat down with the ruling African National Congress to talk strategy, governance, and the crucial upcoming budget process. But what does this mean for the country, and why is everyone, from political analysts to everyday citizens, watching this moment so closely? Let's unpack the situation. In what many are calling a potential game-changer, the ANC has been engaging in quiet but significant talks with multiple political parties, including the EFF. The goal, according to insiders, is to reset and realign the current government of national unity. The ANC, which has been the dominant force in South African politics since 1994, is now reaching across the aisle more than ever before. Some see it as a strategic move born out of necessity, a recognition that the party is slowly losing its grip on absolute power. But it's the meeting with the EFF that's causing a real stir. The EFF, under the leadership of Julius Malema, has always taken a hardline stance on issues like land expropriation, free education, nationalization of strategic industries, and deep economic transformation. So when Malema's party agrees to sit down with the ANC, eyebrows naturally go up. The meeting, described by insiders as intense but respectful, centered on budget negotiations, service delivery failures, and the future shape of the GNU. While both parties kept the official details under wraps, statements released afterward paint a very clear picture. The EFF made it known that while they're open to dialogue, they won't compromise on their revolutionary principles. A spokesperson said, "We are always ready to talk about ways to make life better for our people. But we won't compromise on our core beliefs." This sets the tone for what might be one of the most high-stakes political dances in recent memory. On one hand, the ANC needs to secure enough support in Parliament to pass its budget and maintain control of key institutions. On the other, the EFF sees an opportunity to push through its radical agenda at a time when the ruling party is more vulnerable than ever. The budget itself is no small matter. It's the backbone of the country's economic direction. The EFF wants to see a budget that includes aggressive land reform, debt-free tertiary education, and expanded public sector employment. These are costly but transformative policies. Meanwhile, the ANC is walking a tightrope, trying to keep global investors and credit rating agencies on side, while also addressing deep-rooted poverty, unemployment, and inequality at home. An ANC official, speaking off the record, admitted, the country is in crisis. Load shedding, high unemployment, corruption, and crime have left people disillusioned. If we don't start working together, even with our rivals, we are heading toward collapse. But not everyone is impressed. The Democratic Alliance has slammed the talks between the ANC and EFF, calling them a threat to democracy. A DA spokesperson warned that any coalition or agreement between these two parties could destabilize the political balance and push South Africa toward populist policies that scare off investors and damage institutions. The DA's concern is clear. If the ANC and EFF were to forge a formal or informal alliance, it could significantly sideline the DA's influence in Parliament, Cabinet, and municipal councils. And that fear is not unfounded. In many municipalities, the ANC has already shown a willingness to work with smaller or radical parties to keep control. On the streets, public opinion is split. Some citizens are cautiously optimistic. John, a shopkeeper in Johannesburg, said, "I hope these talks lead to something good. We need change, but not chaos." Others are skeptical. Sarah, a teacher from Cape Town, said, "I'm not sure if the EFF and ANC can really work together. They seem so different in what they believe." And that's the heart of the matter. Can these two giants, one born out of liberation struggle politics, the other out of frustration with post-apartheid inequality, really find common ground? The history between the ANC and EFF is also complicated. Let's not forget, Julius Malema was once a rising star in the ANC Youth League before being expelled. His breakaway movement, the EFF, was born out of anger with ANC corruption, elitism, and policy stagnation. For years, the two parties have traded barbs and insults in parliament, on the streets, and in the media. Yet today, they are sitting at the same table, discussing the future of South Africa's budget and governance. This is more than just politics, it's a sign of desperation and transformation. The ANC knows it can't govern alone anymore. The EFF knows this is its chance to shape national policy without waiting to win a majority. And the DA, meanwhile, is stuck in the middle, watching, warning, and worrying. We are also seeing this dynamic play out within the GNU itself. There's growing tension among its members, especially between the ANC and DA. Helen Zille and other DA leaders have openly criticized the direction of the GNU, saying it lacks transparency, consistency, and a clear vision. Now, the ANC's willingness to speak to the EFF adds fuel to that fire. Some political analysts believe we could be heading toward a more formal realignment in South African politics, a possible alliance between the ANC and EFF that could replace the current GNU altogether. Others think this is all just smoke and mirrors, political theater to keep all options open ahead of the 2026 local elections. But make no mistake, these talks are serious. They're happening behind closed doors, but they have the potential to alter the trajectory of the country. Will we see major policy shifts in the next budget? Will the ANC agree to some of the EFF's demands? Or will these talks fall apart under the weight of ideology and political ego? What's also interesting is how little is being shared with the public. Both parties are keeping tight-lipped about the finer details. That's either a sign that something big is coming, or that the talks are fragile and could collapse at any moment. As we wait for the next round of meetings and statements, South Africa holds its breath. The choices made in these backroom negotiations could determine whether we get a more inclusive and transformative government, or one marred by internal chaos and conflicting visions. Let us know what you think in the comments. Can the ANC and EFF really work together? Should the DA be worried? And what would a new alliance mean for South Africa's future? Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update on South Africa's fast-changing political landscape. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay informed, stay engaged, and stay critical. See you next time.